Here's verse 36 of the 5th chapter of the Gospel of John. Jesus is pursuing a conversation with the religious leaders. The question has come up whether he has a second witness to attest to his claims, extravagant claims indeed they are, concerning his status, his purpose, his role, indeed his identity. And in that connection, the question of John the Baptist and his witness came up, and Jesus certainly, at least impliedly, allows that John had borne witness to Jesus, and yet at the same time, Jesus makes it clear that he's not relying on that as his second witness, a second witness that would be necessary in order to an official adjudication, bring some kind of evidence to bear. But Jesus, of course, when he appeals for a second witness, does nothing less than appeal to God himself, and that's what we begin to see working out in this verse. Jesus says ego, the word ego, of course, in English, ego, same word, I, and usually when it's present, it means that it's going to be especially emphatic. So I, with the stress on that word, da, the postpositive, but I, echo, the word echo, first person singular, present active indicative, have, I have, tain, marturion. I have, this is the accusative, marturia, the witness, the testimony. This is what we're discussing here. Who is going to bring the additional witness or testimony in support of Jesus' claims? I have the testimony mezzo. This is an adjective. It's a adjective that implies degree, so I have the witness greater to Ioannou. I have the witness greater than John. Mezzo will take the genitive in a situation like this, showing a kind of comparison. So I have a greater witness than John, tagar, for the erga, the word erg, in Greek, ergon is the word for work. We have related words, of course, in English. The works, this is plural, nominative. The works which, relative pronoun, which didoken, this is from didomi, it's the third person singular, perfect active indicative, so the works that have been given to me and remain mine, moi, the personal pronoun in the dative case, so the works that have been given to me, ho pater, and so this is the subject of didoken, the works that the Father gave to me, hina, in order that, takes the subjunctive, which is what we find here, teleoso, this is from teleoo, which means to complete, to bring to completion. Of course, words like telos in English and others, teleology, that sort of thing, are rooted in this, in order to complete them. So the works that the Father gave me for the purpose of completing them, and then the same word here, this is the accusative, this is the nominative, they're spelled the same. These, or those, or they, the works that I'm referring to here, of course this is the identical word that we saw up here, these works which I do, poio from poieo, these works which I do, martyre, from martyreo, contract verb, present active indicative, third person singular, these works bear witness peri emu, peri concerning me. The preposition takes the genitive here. So the works that I do bear witness of me, hoti, that, ho pater, the Father, me, apestelken, has sent. This is the third person singular, perfect active indicative. The works that I do bear witness of me that the Father has sent me. And thus Jesus is now appealing not to John the Baptist, not to any other that might bear witness, that might confirm Jesus' truth claims, but he's indicating that the works that he does become an attestation of the imprimatur of heaven on Jesus, that God is the one who is giving Jesus his confirmation. Of course, the works Jesus speaks of here are the miraculous works that he's performed, the works that are indeed the kinds of things that could only be done if God were with him. These are not natural acts, but supernatural in character. And thus Jesus, of course, is very important in John's gospel, makes this appeal, as he does on other occasions, in support of the idea that God himself, heaven itself, is bearing witness to Jesus, that the things that he claims about himself are indeed true claims.